fine, big baby. I'll share.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm your host, M-Dog, and I've got my trusty sidekick here with me, Tammy. So, we have had a bit of an absence for the last couple months, you might as well say. And before we get started in this video, I just want to take a minute, let everybody know that we are alive and well. Right now I'm speeding, so I better slow down. We're alive and well, everything is good. And if anybody was wondering what all was going on, if you didn't know, my son-in-law, who you guys have gotten familiar with from the videos, Taylor, has cancer and had to go through surgery up at Johns Hopkins. This is his fifth surgery?
I believe it's his fifth.
It's either fifth or sixth surgery. For a young man, that's a lot. I mean, Taylor's 32, 33. I don't know how old he is. I don't know.
I think he's 32.
But I mean, he's a young man.
He's young.
So he was diagnosed with cancer, the kind of cancer that he has. He was diagnosed by accident when he had a four-wheeler accident when he was like 15 years old. So he's been dealing with this for a long time. Of course, I never told any of you guys. I try to keep personal stuff for the most part out of the videos, and personal opinions about things like politics. I don't like getting involved in that, even though most of you know where I stand on a lot of it. I don't like to get involved in it simply because we're here to have a good time, and I want all of you guys to have a good time because this is a drama-free channel, and to keep it drama-free, that's what we have to do. So getting back to Taylor. Taylor had surgery at Johns Hopkins, actually done completely by a robot, believe that. I hope that wasn't a state trooper.
I can't promise you because I wasn't. I was listening to you.
Yeah, me too. So anyway, he had this surgery done, and it worked. It come out well. Very little incisions. They didn't do much cutting. It's all done by a robot. They use very little incision, so the whole stitching process is a lot easier on the patient. And supposedly the robots, even though I'm old school, I don't know how much to trust that AI stuff and the robots and all that, but it worked out well. He had very little pain, even though he's only working with about 1.5 lungs now. So basically the bottom half of one of his lungs is gone. No?
They took some of the top of the bottom.
Oh, the top. Well, how the hell did they take the top?
There's pieces. There's part of it removed, and then part of the other section removed as well. It's not just they chopped off half of his lung.
Okay. Well, he's still working on 1.5 lungs, and his chest is held together by chicken wire.
Oh dear heavens! Why are we going so in depth?
I'm just saying. So a lot of people talk about recoil. That's why I try to keep Taylor off the heavy guns, because his chest is pretty much held together by chicken wire. And
love you for this.
we don't need the punishment on little old Taylor. So I'm the one that likes to recoil. Ride the lightning, baby.
Oh heavens!
So
we are so far off course.
Taylor has been recovering at home. It's been a slow recovery. It's going to take a while, but he's doing well. We're hoping that come turkey season, which starts in Delaware next weekend, we're hoping that Taylor will be able to get back out and get in the blind. Even if he's not shooting, at least I can get him out there and enjoying the great outdoors. So thank you everybody who has wondered, asked questions, those of you who knew about Taylor and his condition. I greatly appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that have gone out to all of our family. It truly means a lot. The Dog Pound is all for one and one for all. That's the way it is, man. So you're part of our family, and we couldn't do this without you guys. So today we are on our way to the range. Man, that's something I ain't said in a long time. So it'll be the first time at the range in like 5 months. With all the hunting and stuff going on, I just didn't have time to get out there. So we're going to be at the range here in just a little bit. You guys are going to be with us, and we're going to start hammering out some gun reviews again and some follow-ups, a lot of follow-ups. So a lot of your questions have been asked. I'm going to try to cover that, and hopefully you will have a good time, because that's what this is all about. So I'll see y'all at the gun range. All right, guys, we are out here today. Main objective: get the turkey gun sighted in, make sure it's should be already sighted in. Hopefully it's not been knocked off over the time that we've not used it. And make sure she's ready to go for turkey season. In Delaware, turkey season starts next weekend. In Maryland, it's a week after that. So next weekend for Maryland will be the youth turkey season. So we're out here on the range with the Mossberg 835. This is the tactical turkey model. It's the 835 all-time mag. And awesome gun. I've owned several of these. I owned a Mossberg 835 when they were first released. I can't even remember the actual dates on that. It's got a in late 80s. Was the one that came out, and it was the old original Woodlands camo pattern. That was before Realtree, everybody else was popular. So it's funny how things evolve. Now, now they've got it in a tactical version, basically with, an AR-15 style, buttstock. So great thing to have. I absolutely love this gun. The only complaint, anybody who knows or is familiar with a Mossberg 835 12 gauge, is when you're shooting the high power 3.5-inch turkey loads, the things kick like a mule. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. If you're like me, I don't plan on shooting it very much other than at a turkey when it comes to those loads. They're not cheap, and they kick like a mule. So save yourself the pain, the agony, and keep the money in your wallet where it belongs. We've got a Truglo. This is a 40 millimeter red dot. Put it on last year. It worked great. Getting it in, sighted in, hunted with it all last year, and not had no problems with it as of yet. In the Mossberg 835 12 gauge, we have the Carlson's Longbeard XR turkey choke tube, and it is the 683 constriction, and it is, man. We're going to start off shooting 2 3/4 inch. Please, when you're sighting in a turkey gun and you plan on shooting turkey loads, like I said, they're expensive. Plus, they're going to give you a nice thumping. Do yourself a favor. Start off with, something that's low recoil. Your 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch bird shot do just fine when it comes to making sure that your red dot's on target where you need it to be. You can shoot these things as many times as you want, and it's not a problem, and it's inexpensive. Once you get her dialed in, then you can step it back and do your different yardages using that turkey load. Like I said, once these put it where it needs to be, that turkey load is going to be, it should be identical. So it works. It's worked for me for a bunch of years. And like I said, hopefully you do the same so that you're able to save yourself that punishment. But we're going to be shooting these 2 3/4. These are Federal Top Gun 8-shot. So 3 of these, we should be good after that, and then we'll shoot some turkey loads. What else do I need to say? This is a follow-up of last year's review. If you haven't seen the full review that I did on this tactical turkey, please check that video out. It is listed in the hunting firearms section on my playlist here on the channel. So we'll get right into it and see what we got. Hopefully we've got some good results. All right, let's turn on the old red dot. All right. For me, when it comes to these red dots, on a day like today where it's nice, sunny, and bright, you're going to have to have to crank that. You're setting up. You know, you got a dial on there that goes 1 through 10, dim to bright. So on a day like today where the sun's kind of setting in on us, I like to keep it about an 8. Make your red dot real nice. And then if you live in a state like mine where you're only allowed to hunt till 1 o'clock anyway, you know, you'll probably use it around the 5 dial. It seems like 5's been a fail-safe setting, so to speak. So we've got her loaded up, got the red dot on. So let's sling some lead down here and see where we're at on that target. Don't make fun of my hand-drawn turkey target down there. That ain't that bad, really. Or maybe it is, but we're going to shoot it, so what I care. All right, let's put her on safety. All right, so I was aiming right here where I drew that little handy dandy X. And as you can see, it's probably hard to see on camera, but there you're looking at the majority of the pellets range from about here to here. And we've got some flyers here, but you're going to get that, but all up through the head, neck, and I was, like I said, I was aiming right there. So that's where the majority, that's where the bulk of the shot pattern went. So I'm happy with that. We're going to fire a couple more times at this 15 yards just to make sure everything's good. All right, second shot, 15 yards. All right, third shot, 15 yards. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, you guys should have been able to see that pretty good on camera. As you can see, just about all of our pellets, just about all of them are within this circle. Now, this is 15 yards, and like I said, we're using a 683 constriction choke with the Winchester Longbeard XR from Carlsons. So, aiming right here, as you can see, this is pretty much demolished. And then other than your flyers that you have that go to here, you know, you got one here. Your majority of your pattern is right here within about a 4-inch radius at 15 yards. So we'll call it 4-inch. So right there. That's the majority. Of course, as you can see, he got plenty in the head, the eyes. That's a dead turkey. But that's at 15 yards. So what we're going to do, we're going to load up with the 3.5 inch, and we're going to shoot 30-yard target. Whew. It's that time. We know the shotgun is sighted in. The red dot's on where it needs to be. Now it's time to put the turkey load to the test and see what. Now we're on a different target, one that I most beautifully drew. I mean, it's a Picasso, seriously. Close enough. But either way, from 30 yards on a clean target using the Winchester 3.5 inch 12 gauge Longbeard XRs. These are number 4s. So from 30 yards, we're going to see what kind of shot pattern we're going to leave on that target, on a clean target, using the Carlson's choke tubes, Winchester Longbeard XR 683. Let's not have some fun. Take the safety off and hold on for dear life and put my ears on. Feet don't fail me now. I ain't gonna lie, that is brutal. Let's go check that one out. It's a very good possibility I may have moved just a tad bit. As you can see right here is your center of your pattern. So where I was aiming was right here, and I'm just 2 inches off. But look, at 30 yards, I've got one flyer that's out here, nothing here, one that's over here. Down, our lowest flyer, we're going to call it right here. And, okay, so you're looking, your bulk of your pattern, we're going to do it right here. Probably about a 10-inch, 9 to 10-inch density, that shot pattern. That is a dead turkey, and it's an awesome load. Your shoulder will tell you the same, and it's an awesome choke tube. Carlson's makes some amazing choke tubes, and like I said, I can't even count all these pellets that are, here where the X is, all the way up here, but this here is covered. So all this through here is covered. That's an absolute dead turkey. We're going to shoot one more at 40 yards so we know our pattern, and I'm stretching it a little bit, okay, because I'm trying to see exactly what we're looking at as far as if I wanted to go further than 50 yards. I'm not going further than 50 yards. It's just me, my personal preference. So I'm interested to see what I'm looking at from 30 and 40 yards. Right now I know I got a 9 to 10 inch shot pattern. I'm good with that. All right, so we are now set up at 40 yards. Same setup, same everything. Still using the Winchester Longbeard XR 3.5 inch 4-shot. We've got a 9 to 10 inch pattern at 30 yards. We'll see what we're looking at when it comes to 40. Take a beating, but it's worth it. At 40 yards, and you can see the mass, the center mass of our shot pattern is right here. It's not too bad. We've got flyers here. That's the lowest flyer right there. And it's literally like one out of the way. We've got a couple here. All right, so we've got nothing above the turkey's beak. So center the pattern. We go starting right there, excluding the flyers. Just trying to get the majority of the pattern in here. That's what we're looking at. So, between 30 and 40 yards, really ain't a lot of difference. Man, I tell you, that's a dead turkey. Because I mean, you've got hundreds of pellets from the bottom of the skull all the way down through his body. I tried to make it as life size as I could. Of course, it's not, you know, it looks like some kind of looks like a chicken on crack more so than a turkey, but I did the best I could. But that's a Mossberg 835 12 gauge 3.5 inch Magnum using the Carlson's Longbeard XR 683 choke tube, Truglo 40mm red dot at 40 yards using Winchester Longbeard XR number 4 shot 3.5 inch Magnums. That is a good pattern. I'm almost positive at 50 yards there would not be much of a difference. We'll test that later on. I'm out of range here. If we were on the other range, I could do 50 and beyond. But at 40 yards, that's what you got. So I'm very happy. The red dot's on, and we're ready to go kill turkey. Guys, I want to thank you for being out here with Tammy and I on the range today. First time back in a long time, and it felt great. Until I shot the 3.5 inch turkey loads. But spirit, I feel great. So, couldn't thank y'all enough for spending your time here with us. This, my friends, to me, it's worth every dime. You know, they have the 935, which is the semi version of this, but I really do like this tactical turkey model of the 835 all-time mag. And with the 835, your Truglo 40mm red dot, and your 683 Longbeard XR choke tube from Carlson's Choke Tubes. It's a winning combination all day long. So if you head down to Turkey Woods this year, good luck to you all. I hope you kill the turkey of a lifetime. And if you've got a Mossberg, I hope this helps you out a little bit. And please feel free to drop your comments, ask questions. I promise you, I answer every single question that's ever asked. So the only dumb question is a question that's never asked. So with that being said, we love you guys. We're going to get out of here. Until next time, stay safe. Take a child hunting and fishing so they too can enjoy the great outdoors. And God bless you and yours. This, the Mossberg 835, is still one bad dude. And we gone. See ya.